time Tamar Braxton opens her mouth, it gets her in trouble. Poor girl. For what is seemingly taken out of context, some people seem to think that Tamar Braxton said Whitney was never that girl. Whitney Houston, the legendary, the icon, the queen, Whitney Houston. They heard in their head that Tamar Braxton must have said Whitney Houston was never that girl. Comprehension sometimes. But anyway, Tamar Braxton did say she prefers Mariah Carey, not to Whitney Houston. Now that she did say. And I'm not mad at Tamar. Let me explain. So Tamar was on a panel, on a stage, and there was an audience. There was a Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey question for Tamar Braxton. And Tamar said, for me, it will always be Mariah Carey. And people in the audience were like, ooh. Tamar was like, hold on. Let me explain and let me clarify before people take all of this out of context. They still did. And they heard what they wanted. Okay? So she went on to say, if you're going to ask me a personal question about a preference, an A or B kind of question, which was Whitney or Mariah, she said to me, my girl will always be Mariah Carey, period. Fullstop.com. Now, she did give Whitney her flowers. She put the crown on Whitney's head. She respected Whitney. She said Whitney has a wonderful voice. She's the queen. She's the legend. She's an icon. But she said, for me, Tamar Braxton, between these two queens, Mariah Carey always and forever. Now, when Tamar Braxton said that, I don't know why people were hearing that Tamar Braxton said Whitney was never that girl. In the comments, when you go to social media, people are like, okay, you were never that girl either. We like Toni Braxton. But that's not the point. She specifically used the word preference. And for some reason, we can't seem to accept people's preferences. A preference is not hate or shunning you. It's just like, I like this better than that. That doesn't mean you that I don't prefer is less than. It's just that I don't vibe with you. So she was basically saying, I didn't vibe with Whitney's music like that. I seemed to vibe to Mariah Carey's music. And I think it depends on when you grew up or who you grew up on, right? Your parents, who they were playing. So maybe they played more Mariah than Whitney. And why are we upset with Tamar Braxton? I know Tamar can be problematic, but on this one, and if you go online to listen, I wish I could play it for you, but YouTube is busy dinging people left, right, and center, and I just can't, I don't want to do that. So people saying, well, we like Toni, how about that? Like, what's that about? Can't people have preferences or opinions? It's the same thing when it comes to the Beehive or the Nicki versus Cardi B. Like, you can't even say who you like because then you're in trouble. Come on, guys. Stop it. So if you go online and listen, you will hear Tamar specifically talk about her preference while respecting Whitney Houston. Now, if you've heard that, do you think Tamar is being disrespectful to Whitney Houston?